New wheels and tires for the Ram. What to go with? There's so many choices. Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to RamBox FST. So what wheels and tires should I go with on the new Ram truck? You know, there are tons and tons of choices out there. And of course, it depends on what you do with the lift and all that kind of stuff, if you're going to lift it at all. So we're going to get into that. I'm going to give you an idea what I'm looking for, and then I'm curious what you guys think. What would you go with? But before I do that, if you're new and you haven't before, make sure you smash that subscribe button and click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. So let's take a look. Obviously, the truck is black. I think we all can agree with that. Now, looking at the front, although it's very dirty, wow, this thing really needs to be washed. Look at that. I'd run my finger across it, but then I'd have to look at that all the time. But I've gone with a red and black theme. You know, deleting the chrome off as much as possible. Obviously, we're still going to have some chrome in the headlights and the fog lights, although I may black those fog lights out next. That looks like a good project. But I've gone with red in the front. You can see the red lettering, of course, in the Ram emblem across the front, and then the red tow hooks. Going around here to the back, ooh, there's that nasty chrome. We've gotten rid of all the chrome on the side, by the way, and the sticker that was back here. Not a big fan of stickers. But I've also de-chromed back here, painted the exhaust tips black, which came out really well. And look at that dual exhaust back here. Man, I love dual exhausts on trucks. But I've gotten rid of the chrome back here and gone with the red theme too. Same color paint, although it changes in the light. Some people have told me it looks kind of pink. Not what I was going for, but spot on or dead on. It's obviously red. And then I blacked out the Lone Star badge that had the red, white, and blue in it anyway. But that came out really well too. So the thinking is there's two different styles or two different colors that I'm looking for. You know, I used to go with all black, kind of like the Jeep Gladiator over there, all black wheels. But then I got into some colors. You know, I went with, and I'll show you, I went with bronze on the Toyota Tacoma, and I really like the way those look on this magnetic gray metallic truck. You guys can see right there, I have bronze wheels on here, give you a better view. And I think they look really good on this truck. So I was thinking, instead of going with just black, although that's really not out of the question, maybe going with something color. You know, either, again, a bronze, because I think bronze, or even gold really, probably not gold, but bronze would look really good against the black truck as well. I think it's a good offsetting color, but the problem with that is I don't have anything else bronze on the truck. Now, I don't on the Tacoma either, but I think because of the red accenting I have, I think that would be a clash, because on a truck this size, obviously anything bronze would be a lot. And you can see the red lettering on the front at the same time that you can see the wheels on the sides. So I think that might kind of clash. So bronze is really probably out. And I'm kind of deciding this as I'm talking to you guys. But let me know. What do you think of bronze? So back to black. I could go black, but I find the problem with black on a black truck is that everything this just blends together then. There's no offsetting or accenting colors. It would just be one big wall of black. And I don't think I dig that. I think it needs to have some sort of color on the sides. So that brings me to red. Now, I wouldn't want to go with a full red wheel because I think that would be too much. I think that would be gaudy. So probably not full red, but I could go with black and then have some red accenting or red highlights, which I've seen out there. I'll put a couple pictures up what I'm talking about. And I think that would look pretty darn cool on the truck. The only issue in doing that is trying to get close enough, doesn't have to be exact, but close enough to the red that I've used on the front. Because if it's that brighter, kind of shinier red, I don't think that would look good. Matter of fact, in this lighting, and I don't know how the camera's going to pick it up, that tow hook with the sun beating on it and it being dirty, which it is most of the time, if I'm being honest, actually looks a little bit orange in this light. Same thing on the hood, I think, or in the grill rather, a little bit of an orange hue to it in this kind of lighting. So I guess if you're going to go red, you got to make sure that you get a red that's going to be somewhat close in shade or in hue to the red that I have on the front. Now, there is another option. The other option is to go with red, more red on the wheels, and then black highlights or black accenting. I'll see if I can post something up here on that as well, if I can find something. But that would give a more profound red wheel on the truck and then a little bit of black accenting in it. So anyway, those are my options, and I really think I'm leaning more towards the black with red accenting in them to kind of tie everything together on the truck. Now, that brings me to tires. These tires are huge as it is. They're 20-inch tires, and by huge I mean the width of the tire, if you will, or the cross section of the tire. But the tires that come on it, they are, let me find it, they're a 275/55 R20. And I do want something more aggressive, obviously. I have more aggressive tires on all of my trucks. But I definitely want something more aggressive, and I want something a little bit bigger. Now, that brings into the conversation, I suppose, about a lift. I go back and forth on the lift because the ride on the truck is so nice now, I don't really want to screw it up by putting a stiffer, more grueling, more bouncy, if you will, lift on the truck. So I'd almost like to keep it stock, go with a taller tire, as tall as I can go, without having any rubbing issues. That's the bane of putting bigger tires on a truck, is when you have rubbing, either in the front or in the back. So I'm not quite sure how big I can go. I'm thinking 33 would be safe. They may be 33s now. 35 marginal, 37 definitely not without a lift. As far as the offset goes, and this gets back to wheels, I suppose, I do want something that's going to give me some wheel poke. As you look down the side of the truck, the tires, and by design to keep stuff from flying off the back, actually are almost directly in line with the fender wells. I want something that's going to poke out about an inch, inch and a half, something kind of similar to what I have on the Gladiator here. You guys can see, if you look down the truck, you can see those poke out, and they're a bit more, they're probably more like 2 to 3 inches, might even be 4 inches. But I definitely want something that's going to poke out, going to give the truck a little bit of a wider stance, if you will, because I think that's a more aggressive look, and I think a truck of this size deserves a more aggressive look. So anyway, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Again, leave a comment, let me know, particularly if you have a Ram. It doesn't even have to be a Ram. It could be a Tundra, an F-150, whatever it might be. But what did you go with, and are you happy with what you've got? I'd be curious to know. Also, again, if you didn't in the beginning, make sure you smash that subscribe button and click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. I do have 2 additional channels, RamBox JT, all about Jeep Gladiators, and RamBox, all about Toyota Tacomas. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.